Alright, today I got my Craftsman L2000 with the 17.5 Kohler Pro. On a lot of these engines, the carburetor, needle, and seat go bad, and it leaks fuel right down to the intake, and gets fuel all in the oil. So you can rebuild the carburetor, but fix I know is going to work is installing an inline fuel valve. So today I'm going to go ahead and put the fuel valve right in here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So first you want to get yourself cut-off valve like this, or whichever, and then you're going to want some hose clamps, and then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to cut the line there, or cut the line wherever you want it. I'm going to go ahead and install it. I'm going to cut the line and I'll show you where I cut it. Alright, so what I did, I just took some wire cutters or snips here, cut right to there. Now that we got that, I'm going to take my valve, and on this one it specifies with a little arrow here by my pinky finger here pointing to it. It specifies the direction of flow, so I'm going to stick her in there like that. And when I get in there, I'll show you. First thing what you're going to do though is you're going to take your hose clamps, slide one to the left, one to the hose, slide one to the right of the hose, and then you're going to put your thing in. So I'll show you how it looks. Alright, after you got your hose cut, after you got your hose cut, you're going to take one hose clamp and slide it on to one side, and then you're going to take another hose clamp and slide on the other side. Then after you got that, you're going to put yours in, because you want these to be on there first. So once you got these two on there on each side, you're going to take this, wiggle it in there, and orient it the way you want to. Make sure if it has a directional arrow, it's pointing the way the flow is, so the gas is going to come down and follow the way the air is pointing towards the carburetor here. Alright, now it's going to be a little bit tight depending on which one you have. Mine fits pretty good. It depends how long your things coming out of the side are. You might have a little extra fuel line than you did before, so it might not fit, but mine all seems to check out fine. So I'm just going to slip this hose right down there, hose clamp right on there, about this far away. Sorry if I was just aiming at the ground, but you might have some extra line like I was saying. But slip this hose clamp right on there, close to it, and go ahead and tighten them down. And after that, tidy it up, and I'll show you how mine looks when we get done. Instead of hose clamps like these, you can get these kind where you squeeze them down with pliers. But I'm using hose clamps. They have a place for a slot for a flat screwdriver, and they're also a 1/4 inch. So mine are a little bit hard to turn with a screwdriver, so I'm going to use this socket with a 1/4 inch on it. So I'll show you. Alright, you see I got my hose clamps on there. About the same distance away from the valve on each side about. I tighten down so they're snug. The hoses aren't going to pull off. Oh, that's not a good example. That one's not snug, but this one is. So that's a good example. You want to make sure they're snug, but you don't want to make sure you don't fall off like this. But you also want to make sure they're not too tight, because you can maybe damage the valve or cut off your flow of fuel. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tighten this one back up here. And it's probably good. I'll redo that, but it's what your finished product's going to look like. Right now your fuel would be on and air would be off. And that should stop if you don't want to rebuild your carburetor. That's going to stop your flooding of the engine and getting your gasoline in the engine oil. But just make sure you have this on when you're running, and every time you turn it off, make sure the valve is off as well. So there you go. Hope this helped, and good luck.